You should try to hire a very high quality editor to over edit your videos. No, I've done that before. It doesn't do well. First off, nobody even likes them. Like, people don't. My viewers are not, for lack of better terms, hyped up children who have zero attention span and need memes every 4 seconds to stay engaged. Like, that's just not my audience. My audience is much older. Most of my chat here is grown. Like the youngest of my audience is like 18. Like, genuinely. Most people here are the 18 to 35 category, I believe. And then, so I think there's technically, okay, I have to look at my analytics, but I think it's like, technically it's 18 to 25, and then 25 to 35 is the big chunk. And then the second biggest chunk is 35 to 45. And then I have the same amount of, like, 50 plus viewers, like 45 to 50 or something like that. Okay, it's crazy. Like, I have to look at my YouTube again to see. But my 17 to 13 viewership is the same as my old people. Like, I'm talking like elderly viewership. I'm not joking. Like, my under, like, 13 to 17 viewership age is like 1.7% of my viewers, and then my, I think it's like 55 or 65 and older is like 1.4 or 1.3. Yeah, but we're mostly older here because it's like, I don't know. How do I put this? You know how most people consider, like, streaming and YouTubers and stuff like that kind of like entertainers? I don't consider myself an entertainer, dude. I'm just some idiot who fucking turns on my stream every day and plays video games. That's it. Now, I would argue I do more business shit than entertainer shit. Because I basically just make sure that, one, all my YouTube stuff gets done. So I have like a channel manager, assistant channel manager, data analyst, and then I have like an army of editors. There's like 10 of them. Making sure they always get paid and they're always well taken care of, and basically being a good boss. I do way more time thinking about stuff like that than I do of like how to be a better entertainer. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck like 99% of the time. Like, 99% of the time, I'm like, well, I'm gonna turn this stream on. I'm gonna play some video games for a fucking while. If I get annoyed, I get annoyed, and I'm done. If I don't get annoyed, we had a good time, you know? I feel like that doesn't resonate well with especially like really younger viewers, and I can tell. It's actually hilarious. I don't really talk about this very often, but I can kind of tell when somebody like is like too young to understand my humor or to understand like my stream. I can genuinely tell. It's hilarious. Define younger. You're 13 to 17 viewership. I think once you get around 18, you start to get a mix of like sometimes. From when you were 18, if you aren't 18, then well, you're probably in the minority of this chat, but that's okay. When you were 18, you were either A, the one that was really mature, or B, you had friends that were, or you were really mature, or you had friends that were really mature or really immature. It's like in between, like you know, like some people, it's like the start. It's like the start, which is why like most people in chat are like 22 to 35. It's because it's like right past the college age or right around that one where you kind of like start turning into an adult, and you start kind of going, like, real world starts going, oh. You know? All my homies hate the real world. True. But, anyways, though. That's why I've never been bothered about stuff like that. It's actually funny, most of my over-edited or slash, like, more memey shit really does bad. Which sucks because Chloe is my more memey editor, which is also, like, SK's editor. And Chloe's really cool. And I do enjoy his stuff, and I do enjoy having a little bit of variety in my stuff, but on average, his stuff typically doesn't do as hot, just because it's not for my audience, you know? There's definitely a subsection of my audience that stuff is for, but, you know? Does the over-edited meme stuff not pop on TikTok? So it can. So, ready for this? Okay, ready for this? TikTok. I'm not very good at it, but I'm learning. So I've learned that TikTok is like taking the level of attention span of someone and reducing it down to 3 seconds. So you have 3 seconds to grab someone's attention on TikTok, about on average. Just how the platform works. There are channels, and there's actually a COD channel that always comes across my feed, and it's actually like low-key kind of funny. Where it's just like hyper-edited memes the entire time. It is so fucking funny. Like, I don't know why. Like, I enjoy it. I'm stupid. It keeps me entertained. But there's a catch. The hyper-edited meme content like that really doesn't get people off the platform. What does get people off the platform and keeps them engaged are... like, almost like, think of like a hook. You need a hook. You know, something needs to get them fast. So, I think like big pop-off things aren't gonna get people's attention because genuinely people are spiteful. People don't give a fuck. You know, like, dude, like real talk. Nobody cares if you got play of the game. Nobody cares if you got, you know, a 5K. Nobody cares. They literally don't care. The only time they would care if it's something that they've never seen before or something that they can learn / replicate. So gameplay doesn't really do too hot. Unless it's something very, very important, like very niche. Very niche, it can get their attention. Otherwise, something that gets people thinking, getting people talking, something that gets people engaged with the content quickly, and drama does it a lot. That's why a lot of like big drama TikToks like blow the fuck up. So I don't really like drama, but getting people's attention and like posing a question to them to get them thinking a little bit actually, or at least thinking that they're going to get an answer inside of the TikTok actually gets them to watch more often than not, because the way TikTok is gauged is off of watch time. So people watch the whole TikTok, then it's good to go. So thing where you talk about like, let's say you're talking about like opinion on something, right? Like you're like, oh, I think this is not good because of X reason, Y reason, and Z reason, and here's my credentials. Most people will hear you out on your reasonings if they believe that your credentials are worthwhile to listen to. Then they end up wanting to talk about it and debate it with other people, which generates comments and which generates people that are sitting there commenting on it while the video is replaying in the background. Replayability also gives more and more algorithm push, which is why a lot of thirst traps do that like thing where like it's like one frame, you know, to try to get people to go back and like keep pausing to go back for the frame. That's done on purpose because replayability is what something the algorithm looks for. So they do that so that it gets sent to more people. Like it's actually very smart. I wouldn't say even controversial opinions. They don't even have to be controversial. They can be actually like not even that controversial, but people will disagree with you no matter what. You know? So, you're not wrong. Hyper-edited meme stuff could do well on TikTok, but it's not for me and it's not for my audience. And even if I was able to capture, that super hyper, must-see meme every 6-second, TikTok audience, it doesn't mean they'd actually enjoy my content and stay. So it's not worth pursuing for me, because it's not who I am 99% of the time. So what happened on this episode? Yeah, I kind of like talking about at the beginning. Seagull actually has been doing it. Seagull's been basically like, I saw Seagull's like thing pop up, like talking about why double sniper is bad. And it's funny, like all the comments were like, just go Winston, go dive, which by the way, someday we're gonna tackle that. For some reason, the greater overall casual Overwatch community just thinks the answer to every problem with Overwatch is, quote, just go dive. Like one day we're gonna talk about that. One day we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that one day, and we're gonna break that the fuck down, because for some reason, people really like to latch on to the idea of just go dive, lol.